Clark fucking Griswold.
Right.
Clark W. fucking Griswold.
Right now, it looks like there's fucking like Santa Claus came everywhere with glitter.
Well, it looks like we have a house. We have a house like that's around us, and we're gonna take the kids to see it. It looks like everybody just Christmas lights all over it. It's just crazy. It's just someone took a gun and just fired them all over it. It's amazing. Right? No more jizzing Christmas lights yet, but since it is a bearded metal Christmas, it's the holiday takeover special with my friend and yours. I want to welcome to the takeover of 21st Century Rocker Mom, obviously my friend, content creator, product reviewer, chef, fellow metalhead musician, my bearded brother and friend, James. You know him better off as Bearded Metal Chef. That's how he comes up on the interwebs. Welcome to the show, James. How's it going?
Thank you for having me, and glad I can be on the really truly like honored to actually be on the show. Actually, when you asked me, I was like, yes, absolutely, holy shit. And then you asked me to glitter my beard and make it a little festive and be your Christmas episode.
That was like I was like, yeah. I got a big favor to ask you. Like, because I know that this is like being like not part of the bearded community, but being someone who likes beards a lot. I know that it takes a lot of time and effort to do this. Yes. Like let's just address the bearded elephant in the room.
Yes.
How long did you have to, what did you do to your face?
So aside from customizing everything that you see here, the beard itself, I literally just groom it like I usually groom it. I add a little bit more of the beard butter sandwich is pretty much like gop it on and then go to town essentially.
So does the beard butter like hold the glitter in place?
Yeah, essentially just like I just tack it on. So actually the glitter will just adhere to the actual beard. So I literally just gop it on and then but that's the fun part. The not so fun part is actually taking it off.
Like how long is your beard going to be spreading Christmas cheer for exactly?
A long time. Other times I've glittered my beard. I would actually see glitter for about a week, 2 weeks.
A week or 2 weeks after?
Yeah, it would just show up. Like I would have like maybe like a little bit like in my ear that I didn't get or something like that. Or
have you been at a Prince concert like every day? Every single fucking day at a Prince concert. Like you and I, this is hilarious. So obviously you and I have never met in real life. You're in Florida, and obviously I'm here back in Kentucky and the land of poutine and beavers in Canada. And we met through like the bearded community and like actually like the metal community, which seemed to somehow go together.
Right.
And that's kind of like how we know each other. It's like, how do you know your guests? Like, how do you bring them on? I'm like, well, you tell people like, because a lot of people don't meet people in real life anymore. It's more like we met over Instagram. And it sounds weird.
Yeah, through Beard Over Roulette with Tyler at Woolly Wizard.
Absolutely.
That's literally how we found. I was on the episode of that. I was at work. I remember listening to Tyler talk about, and then you came in and Kitty or Tanya's from Kitty, and I'm like, what? like no, like she's like, shut up, like no, she like no way. And I was like, but yeah, sure enough, I'm like, holy shit, it's crazy. Like it just
because we went to high school together. It was like I was like Beard or Roulette. I like the pandemic. I was like not working a lot. I'm like, I need something to do. I love beards. I like obviously my significant other is totally bearded. And I was like, beard oil. He loves beard oil. So I was like, Beard or Roulette. This sounds like a fun date night. Let's do this. And then like, you're like, oh, what's up? Like you said, like, what's up on like the comment section in Beard or Roulette. You're like, oh, Kitty. And people are like, oh, I remember Kitty. I'm like, oh, you do? Like, oh shit. So then, I mean, we just got to like talking about like, I mean, beards, obviously, and like a lot about recipes, like a lot about cooking and like metal after that. And like, and we've had like a lot of good conversations about like music and stuff like that too. Cause you are kind of, I would say, an audiophile like myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I listened to before I even knew what genres were, knowing what Metallica, listening to Metallica and Megadeth and stuff like that. All a bunch of '80s classic rock, Motley Crue. Like I said, Beach Boys was definitely a big thing. And when you mentioned that definitely hit because my mom listened to Beach Boys. So
yeah, you said your indoctrination to music was really through your mom. Like, how did that happen? How did you get into music?
Music all day long.
Yeah, she said she played music every day, all day long. I remember actually even going to bed like listening to music. I would actually go to bed and go to sleep listening to music. Didn't matter what it was. It would be, like I said, the Beach Boys. It would be whatever, oldies, golden oldies, all that stuff. It was all through.
Good. I mean, it's
that.
good for you to go to sleep. I put my kids to bed to that stuff too, like as babies.
Even
And
riding in the car, I remember a time where she would be like, "Oh, who's on the radio? Like, who's playing the song or whatever?" So it'd be like a trivia, and so that was more of like
she'd quiz
the introduction
you.
of music. Yeah. So that's what was awesome about it.
I think like if you drift off to those songs too, like they stay with you like more.
Oh yeah.
And then you still like those bands, and then that brought you probably into liking music, and then playing music because you also play music as well.
Yeah, I played not like I would say like stuck with it, but I actually did a lot of like I did like some keyboard stuff, you know what I'm saying, listening to keyboard by ear, kind of just not even reading music, just kind of listening to it by ear. I did
that's how I learned.
Yeah. I did alto saxophone in high school. Yeah, and then just like I did a few drum lessons here and there. But yeah, just something I want to actually stick with and just actually learn it, an instrument full on, would be awesome.
What's your like one dream instrument? If you
I would want to do either drums or guitar.
Drums or guitar?
Yeah.
Drums are drums are great because I mean like they're loud, and like if you're like pissed off, you can just like I had a set of drums once. I had a girlfriend who was like, I need somewhere to store these drums and I have no room in my house. Can I use your house to store my drums? And I was like, sure. So I had a job at the time that I fucking hated so bad. I worked at this dental office it was a dental office where we did all kids, and the kids were amazing, but the boss was he was a shithead. He was so mean to these kids. They're like so scared to come to the dentist, and he's mean. He's like the meanest guy ever, like so mean. And oh my God, oh my God, I'd come home from this job and I would pound the shit out of these drums because I'd be so pissed off. It was the only way I could take my frustration out. Even guitar couldn't, like no metal riff. It didn't matter what it was. Get the anger out that I had.
You have to actually beat something.
I wanted it to be my boss.
Exactly. Picture his face on the drums.
It was drums. So I would say like if you get like frustrated in your work at all, because are you a full-time chef?
Yeah, every day.
Every Monday to Friday.
Well,
Sunday.
See.
Sundays off.
Pretty much, yeah. Sundays are off, and then the rest of the days, like Mondays are off, and the rest are work days.
Holy moly. Well, I mean, like most of the day. Anyone I know who works in and or around a kitchen or a restaurant works pretty much every single day of their life. Like a lot of people that I like grew up to own restaurants, and like a couple of friends of mine own like chain restaurants and things like that, and all they do is like work. I don't ever see them. Like even before the pandemic, I'm like, I don't see you anymore because they're always in the kitchen. But like it's a long way to the top, but if you want to get to the top, you got to just work your ass off, right?
Right. There you go.
So you've been working your ass off?
Since I think the first time I started in a restaurant business itself. I've worked in food industry, I think, since like 99, I think, 2000. So it's been a while. Like first one, like I said, first job was a supermarket. Really? And then after that, I went to like fast food and stuff. And then after that was steakhouses. And that's where I just kind of went through. At the steakhouse I started at as like a busser, dishwasher. Really? And from there, I kind of excelled through there. One of my friends got me the job there. So he actually didn't really like it. He kind of quit or got fired or whatever, but I actually stick through there. And one of the guys I met there, he actually taught me how to do stuff through the line. he actually taught me how to do temperatures on steaks and stuff like that. And ended up started working fry, middle, expo, kind of serving the plates out there, and then actually working to the front and working grill, kind of being that front runner for people to see, because it was actually an open area grill where people could see you
kitchen?
and they can interact with you in the grill. And so
that's some Gordon Ramsay stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what was fun. And
was there like lots of like pressure like going on?
A little bit, because I remember when I first got like our big like table where everybody was getting like steaks and stuff, and me serving all the steaks and nothing came back, and kind of getting all the temperatures right was like that
cut into your steak
of
for
like,
me.
huh? Yeah.
Cut into your steak for me.
You're right.
As I sit here and have like a small heart attack every fucking time I bring it in.
If nothing comes back, all you got is nothing. If nothing comes back, it's a good day. I was like,
it's a great day
back.
if nothing comes back.
Oh yeah.
Like you also don't want to be like, as like a consumer, you also don't want to be that asshole who like sends it back also. Because you know the kitchen's like hauling ass and they're like working their ass off, and they maybe like mixed yours up with someone else's or overcooked it, or just, you know, just left it on a second too long and it wasn't exactly to your liking. Because I used to, when I ate meat, I ate a lot of steak, like a lot. That's probably why I'm in the position that I am now, and I can't eat meat at all. Probably because I ate a whole cow, many herds of cows. Horrible.
It's always got to be mid-rare, medium. That's my temperature. Yeah, that's always got to be like that. Anybody else that does it well done is just like despise.
What are you doing to that steak? Why did you do that to me?
I've seen people order $60 steaks and they order them well done. I'm like, you are crazy.
They ruined a good piece of meat. Like they'll get like a piece of like Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
And they'll get it overdone. Like that's a good like marbled cut of meat, right?
Yeah,
like,
you have to eat that mid-rare at least.
Or like have like a nice like tomahawk steak or something crazy, you know, like something really fun. Like if you're gonna spend the money, have it cooked properly and eat it the proper way. Like same with like lamb. People get kind of like weird about lamb. Yeah. Like again, that's another mid-rare thing for me that I had always. Just let it rest, whatever, it'll be fine. Like people cook the shit out of it for no good reason.
Even even when I met Candace, my girlfriend, she's like, oh, well done. I'm like, you have to go at least like mid-well. Like, please.
Trying to sway her.
You have to like, please, like I don't want to like not like you, like.
Like I love you so much. Please eat the meat this way. It's so much better for you.
I got her. I'll actually order her steak. I'll say mid-well. And
I'm only doing this because I love you.
I said, there's a little bit of red. You're good. There's still some moisture, some juiciness in it. You'll be good.
Exactly.
Just saying, you're not gonna get sick or nothing like that. So
no, you can't. Like everyone's like, well, you're gonna get worms from it. I'm like, what kind of worms? Like, tell me. First, tell me what kind of worms. Tell me what kind of parasites. As long as you're not gonna get fucking COVID off it or something, like who gives a shit? Like, don't fuck with good pieces of meat. If you're gonna like order something expensive, like I mean, have it the way the chef wants it. Generally, like is the way it goes. Like we went to like a couple times, like Disney. We went to a few restaurants in like Disney, like Springs and places like that. Where the chef makes it the certain way it is, and they do not have any condiments at all on, around, or near the table, and they don't even offer them. You eat it the way it is,
right?
Because that's the way the chef made it, right? Like if they made it, like they made like a special set course for you. Don't insult somebody's craft. You know what I mean?
Can I get some A1 sauce or ketchup?
Oh my God. No. Nothing brings out the flavor in a steak like a good bottle of ketchup. Said no one ever, except I had two kids that I hung out with when I grew up, and their mom always served ketchup with steaks. So I remember this was terrible. Like you're going to hate this as a chef. You're going to hate this story. Their mom would always like make ketchup with steak. So they came over to my house. I had my first apartment. And the first thing I got from my apartment, nothing for the inside. Of course, I got a grill for outside. And this was like, I don't know. I was like 20 maybe. And so I'm grilling like really nice. I had they like ribeyes, really nice ribeyes, because we had like a butcher down the street who was local. They were cheap at the time. Like beef was really cheap because I was like 20. So beef was like really cheap. Now it's like $1 million.
Yeah.
So I got these ribeyes and everything, and I made them mid-rare. They were like fine with how I did them and everything like that. I put them on a plate. I think I made like a baked potato and a salad. It was like summertime or whatever. And they're just like, can you get me something? I'm like, do you want salt or pepper or something? And they're like, no. I'm like, they're like, could you have any ketchup? I'm like, oh, for your baked potato? And they're like, no. I'm like, what? Like for my steak. I'm like, and they're twins, right? These kids are twins. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And they both ate their steaks with ketchup. And I sat there and I almost puked. Like I couldn't eat mine until they were like done. I was like, just go. Get away from my fucking table. Like, do you ever get a customer who asks for anything so strange?
The one, oh my God, the one I can like you if you like well done, but there can't be a one person that orders it like charred. Like I'm talking like a charcoal, like Pittsburgh style, like which is pretty much like seared, like burnt
somebody,
almost
like Chicago, and then somebody like cremated it.
Something like that, but it's like they want it like rare, like they call it like essentially like black and blue or something like that, where they want it like charred on the out, but like really rare on in the middle.
Oh, so like they want it Chicago on the outside, but blue rare on the inside. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. I can be best friends with a well doner, but if you order that kind of shit, one of my first reaction is I want to throw it at you because
you want the blue moo? Get the fuck out of here.
I tried that before and I'm like, I spit it out because it was just like that charcoal flavor. I'm like, this is gross.
It tastes like burnt rocks.
Who introduced you to
it's like that, you know what? That's the steak that you get for Christmas if you're fucking bad.
Yeah.
That's the steak that gets in your stocking because it's just covered in coal.
Good Lord.
It's like, so when they say Santa Claus is going to bring you a lump of coal, he'll bring you that fucking steak and make you eat the whole thing.
Like I use like I use a blowtorch at work. I've taken a hot little sizzle pan in the grill, like on the hottest part, and I let it sit there for like a good couple minutes, and then you oil up the steak or whatever, and pop it on there and let it go.
Like we went to so many like barbecue joints because we're like before the pandemic, I did like a lot of traveling down south. We were in Florida a ton, and we were like in the Carolinas a lot, and like Kentucky a lot, and Tennessee a lot. We went to go to like a lot of good like barbecue joints, and like saw the way like a lot of barbecue and like smoke and barbecue sauces and how smokehouses kind of change from place to place, and how like barbecue changes and everything. And we went to like, I think we were in, oh God, Jesus Christ, where were we? We went to a giant cemetery. We were in Georgia. We were in Georgia. Yeah. And we went to this, we were in Savannah. We went to this barbecue joint that I found like on Google and had really high ratings or whatever, had like 5 stars or whatever. It was like barbecue joints near you. I was like, it had like a pig on it. And this is back when I ate meat. And like the kids were just like really small. And we went to this place. It looked like it was like nothing. Like it had probably like 15 seats like in the joint.
Right.
I have never had such good barbecue in my damn life. It was so good. There's just like this weird place like off the highway that looked like it was in a variety store. It was like really weird. There's like a variety store that like sold chicken beside it. It was just weird, and like vape stuff. It was weird. But like cigarette vape stuff, not like marijuana vape stuff. Because we were in like Georgia, and they're like, oh yeah, the girls, I remember the waitress at the restaurant, they're like, oh, where y'all from? And I said, we're from Canada. They're like, the first thing they said is, oh my God, marijuana is legal in Canada. I'm like, is that the first thing you guys thought of? Really? It was like so funny. Like, because usually they're like, we get like the accent, like the A thing, or like, do you guys say A lot, or your milk, it comes in bags.
Bag milk.
We get that sometimes. We get stuff about like maple syrup versus like table syrup, and like plaid and stuff like that, but like flannel, but like polar bears, igloos, all the things that
Tim Hortons that come across with Canada.
Yeah, like axes, and I mean, but you know what, a lot of, and hockey, but you know what, a lot of it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Kind of like guns in America. It's just it's something that happens.
Pretty much anything you say that has to do with Canada is most likely 100% true.
It's true. Like all this, it was like, oh, donuts and coffee. It's like, I've seen literally like streams where people have shown up, Canadian people have shown up with fucking donuts and coffee from Tim Hortons. I'm like, that's Canadian. That's Canadian as fuck. You don't get more Canadian like than that, unless you're like that little Yoda creature on TikTok or on Who Does the Reels, who shows up with the Timbits all the time. You like him.
Yeah.
You love that Yoda, and you love those metal guys that scream and do the TikToks.
Awesome. Every time I see them, I gotta share this stuff.
You're like, I have to send this your way, and they're so funny because they have really good like metal screams.
Yeah,
and but the way that they the way they like take over like talk about a heavy metal takeover, like the way they like take over Christmas songs or anything, like they'll do poetry or something really gentle.
Greetings, like you just do random greetings.
Like I don't know why they haven't gotten like one of those whatchamacallit Cameo accounts yet, and like have
they just started. They just started doing that. Yeah,
because people would pay to have like heavy metal greetings brought to them.
I think they just started. I think it just like for holiday stuff. I think they just started doing it.
Oh my God. People are gonna.
I came across a video, something like that. Yeah,
because like the one guy has like the most epic beard like of life. Like it's fucking epic. He has a huge fucking beard, and he's just like he's got the best. Like I like his scream the most, not because he has the best beard, because he has the best scream. Maybe it's because of his beard too.
Yeah,
but it's mostly because of his scream. But they're just together. They're hilarious.
I think they're in a band called Carcosa or something like that. I forgot. Yeah, they're both in a band together, but they just do this like just for random shit.
Because I'd seen them. I'd seen them on like Metal Talk on TikTok, and I'm like, these guys are like, and it wasn't on like their page. It was on like Metal Talk's page because I have TikTok now, and it's crazy because my TikTok went overnight like insane. I don't know if you still have TikTok, but I got a lot of followers really like fast. It's up to like 30,000 or something now, and it's up to like 100,000 like likes or whatever. So it's a lot of like people that are kind of like new to Kitty and stuff like that, younger generation. And TikTok, I love it, but it gives me like heart palpitations. My like direct messages on it, I get so many on there that it like broke and it won't work. So I can't talk to anybody. So I have to like talk to all these TikTok followers through like the comment section. So like it's like they all think I'm like a huge bitch who like doesn't return DMs.
She doesn't return my messages.
But my fucking TikTok is broken. I can't even watch my TikTok videos like back because they just freeze on me. I'm like, thanks, cool. That's cool, TikTok. Could you like fix the glitch? I got in trouble in TikTok jail. If you go to TikTok and you start following people like too fast, so I'm like, oh, cool, someone followed me. I want to follow them back. That's nice. And you know me, I'm just
like you get blocked for put down for that.
For making you get in trouble on TikTok for making friends too fast. And you know what? On Instagram, if you follow too fast on Instagram, they'll fucking do the same because they think that you're like a bot or something and you're doing like follow for follow. If it's someone else's page and it's interesting, as long as they're not like a racist, bigoted idiot, I'm going to follow them back. I just think it's kind, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so TikTok put me in jail for like 24 hours. And I was so frustrated. And like, I've been in jail on a lot of platforms. Like I'm always in Facebook jail, like always. Like I shouldn't even fucking have a Facebook at all.
There's always somebody that's like, I don't like what she said.
No one likes it. They're like, someone said to me the one day, they're like, I know, I thought I knew you from somewhere. Like I know you from like Kitty. And then I was like, I knew you from somewhere else and like your podcast and stuff. And then I realized where I knew you from. I was like, where? And she was like, the comment section on our local news site. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm pretty opinionated in the old comment sections. And she's like sitting there like Michael Jackson in Thriller, like in the theater, like she's just here to read the comments. Oh, it's bad. Like she thinks it's funny. It's super, super funny. So now what do you have blasting in your kitchens when you're working? Like what do you got like amping you up? Now the holiday season's upon us. Like I don't know how crazy it is there. Everything's shutting down here. So I don't know what it's like there.
I'll throw in like I'll pop in anywhere from like Lamb of God to Amon Amarth. They're definitely one band I got into really early. Like I know they've been around forever, but like I started listening to them, around 2007 or 2006. I started listening to them. Nice. I've actually seen them a few times. Actually, really good show.
They put on like a high energy show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like the whole Viking thing will have a big old Viking boat.
Like Viking,
stage.
Viking metal is cool. Like I like Viking metal. I think it's
and like
it's
the whole thing
badass.
with like the Norse mythology. They a lot of stuff they talk about on the Norse mythology stuff is really cool. Yeah, I'll throw on just like a metal mix, really anything that pops up, and then just throw in like some 80s hair metal up in there too sometimes and kind of mix it up.
Now, do you find that like gets your team like more like jacked to like work?
I think, well, to me, that's just me listening to it myself. We can't really play music like out loud because like members will hear members will hear it. And so I work in a country club. Can't really blast stuff out because stuff gets out, like sound gets out there really easily.
Blasting crew in the country can be smoking in the boys' room.
Pretty much. I can't play all that. People be like, "Oh, you got the devil worshiping." They'll put the devil worshiping like stigma.
But you put it in your ears. You just put the devil worshiping in your ears. See,
goes in my brain. Pretty much.
I will tell you, this country club that we live down the street from this country club now, in the house that we moved into in the summertime, and because like it's just like a nice 1970s neighborhood, mature trees, it's beautiful, like little ponds. But it's down the street from this country club. So I worked at this horrible dental office, another horrible dental office. And this is when you brought up country clubs, this made me think about it. So I was the manager there, and I had busted one of the girls like stealing drugs from like OR drugs, like painkiller drugs. And she was pissed, and she like knew that I kind of knew. We got a new manager of like all the whole practice, like the whole office, because there was like a series of offices, but they brought us to this country club this night for a Christmas party, back when we could still do Christmas parties and then everything wasn't shutting down and crazy over here. And I'll tell you, this was back when I drank too, because I had like way too much to drink. And so it was like all the managers sitting at the table. We call it kind of like the witch hunt table, because no one wanted to hang out with the managers, because the managers, like they still have to be managers. And when someone's stealing drugs, like that's huge. Like I have to call that one in, so like this person got let go, like they still got to go to the Christmas party and everything like that. But this country club, they made us this prime rib, and it was just like dripping. No one wanted to eat it, but it was awesome. It was like one of the best prime ribs I've ever had in this country club. And then after, I went with all the gentlemen of the practice, because there were only like, it was mostly women, 90% women, maybe 10% men. Right. We retired to the smoking room where I had brandy and cigars with them. And then when they all left, I ordered myself a big box of cigars, Cohibas, and a big old bottle of brandy, like a real nice expensive bottle. And I charged it to the account of the dentist who I worked for, who had the membership at the country club. I said, you put that on the account. They said, who would you like this charged to? I said, you can charge that to Dr. Blank Blank. And they did. And so like the next week at work, they're like, did anyone's husband get like a box of cigars and like a really nice bottle of brandy? And I was like, whose husband would do that? That's tasteless. I ain't no one's husband.
That's funny.
You know, sometimes
makes your box of cigars and brandies is charged.
Well, it was a big charge, and like especially having nice cigars too. It was really hard. But you know what? It was my Christmas present to me. Do you guys have any Christmas specials going on right now at work, like at the country club? What do you make?
Right now, well, I think we're closed on Christmas, but right now we're not doing really many specials right now. Just kind of keeping it pretty simple with what we're going on regular menu. We actually just rolled out like a new menu, so they kind of get us to know what that is before they roll out specials. Sure. So we can kind of get used to this new menu. So we'll probably have specials.
Get a feel for what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But I'm sure it's like festive-ish.
Yeah, they do like seasonal stuff like that too. So
that's all right.
Yeah.
I've been like down we were in I think it was like Florida we were in Florida for Christmas a few years ago, like around Christmas time, because we were in Disney World before the pandemic. And I mean, everything was Christmas. Everything was Christmas themed on our plates. Like it looked like every plate that we had looked like your beard. Everything was so festive. No, I'm serious. Like, are you guys serving any like weird holiday? Well, I guess, you know what? Screw what you're serving. What's your favorite holiday like drink? What's the best holiday drink? What do you think?
Drink. I mean, hell, even just a nice beer. I mean, if I go, if I want to go like, I mean, like a whiskey cover, just a whiskey straight up, iced up. Woodford Reserve is a nice one. I recently started to enjoy from one of my coworkers. It's one of his favorites. But yeah, just a nice like whiskey, a nice beer. I mean, nothing, pretty simple when it comes to like something to drink. But so.
And a lot of people are too. A lot of people like the crazy fancy holiday drinks now. I will tell you, I don't drink alcohol, but last night, as I was in the festive spirit, I will tell you, now that I bumped my microphone, I had too much to drink. Listen to this. And I had to be rolled to bed. But it's not what you're thinking. I had I had too much liquid and I was so full that I thought I was going to die because I had too much so now I have water only. Like I can only have water because I had a whole bunch of club soda and I found this mango nectar that they would deliver to the house from Costco. And I had this lemon spritzer thing with it and I put it all together with club soda. And I was like, I'm going to have a festive drink too. And it was like this festive virgin non-alcoholic mango Rita. And I just got crazy with them and I just kept drinking them. And then I didn't feel so hot. I was like,
all that sugar and all, you know what I'm saying? Like it turns into sugar.
It hit me like some kind of crazy crack. I don't know. And I made a bunch of some weird vegan shawarma stuff. Because last night was our night to just chill, whatever, just chill out before the Christmas rush gets really, really crazy. And Santa Claus is coming and everything. So I was like, let's just chill and have some crazy food and whatever. But I drank these things. And he was like, babe, you have to get off the couch. I'm like, I can't. It was like being drunk. It was horrible. I couldn't move myself at all, off the couch. So finally,
it's just that uncomfortability. You're like, oh, it hurts.
The kids were already in bed. It's just I had this big belly, literally Santa Claus, like a bowl full of jelly, and it was all just pop, but not pop, but soda water. So it was just oh my god, horrible. I'm never doing it again. I look like the kid on Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory when she grew into a blueberry.
Get rolled out. Roll out the Oompa Loompas and roll you out.
The Oompa Loompas had to take me to the juicing room and just. If you need me, Rob will be juicing me later, just to get all the whatever it is out. Like I say that they did to me after I had babies. That's what they do to you after you have a kid.
Juice you.
You have the baby comes out, they juice you after. They juice you. A nurse gets on top of your stomach and she juices you. See, it's that's what happens after. Do you know what comes out after the baby? Their house. Yeah, everything they've been living in up in there. It comes out. It's terrible. It's gonna scare you.
That's
the ghost of Christmas future. Come to scare the shit out of you. That's the ghost of just keeping yourself having a child-free life and not watching a nurse jump on your significant other. Because I'll tell you, it definitely scared Rob. You wouldn't like a nurse jumping on your lady. I'll tell you that right now. No, you'd want to climb that nurse. You wouldn't be very, very happy at all with that nurse. So what do you do around these holiday season? I know you said you were watching Christmas Vacation. That's our favorite.
Yeah. It's funny because last night she's like, I'm going to predict that he's going to stay here and watch the rest of this with me. And that's what we do. You just can't not watch it. You didn't know it's just the end.
You can't hilarious. Stop watching it. Did you get to the part where he's like, I'm going for the new land speed record? He was already did he already go down the sled?
That's one of my favorite parts. This was where they were having this. They just started their turkey dinner.
Oh my God. And he goes to carve it.
Yeah. Deflates.
It's it's so dry and they're all just
dipping it in water.
It's the hot dog eating contest. When you try to get it down, you know which hot dogs contest I mean, right?
Soften it up.
Yeah. So they put the bun in water and just chug it down, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I watch that every year. The Nathan's hot dog eating championship.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. It's fucking weird. I don't know. It was me watching a bunch of grown men eat wieners. It's a fucking hot dog eating championship. Like, I wouldn't be there with a thing of water. I'd be there with a bottle of like ketchup or something. I'd just have a lot of ketchup. Or I'd have like gravy or something.
Dunk it in.
Like, why water? That tastes like shit. Dunk it in gravy. Dunk it in cheese sauce.
Just like that to get that sogginess real quick. Obviously, the other shit's not gonna like do it really, really fast like water.
But even like chili or like hot chili, like warm chili or something, anything.
Yeah.
Like, make it a chili dog, get some cheese, like have fun with it for Christ's sakes. But like
I guess you're already eating like 40 hot dogs. I guess you really don't need like chili.
I guess if you're already
like, go more into your stomach and just cause a bunch of shit.
If you eat one
you're already eating like 40
hot
dogs.
one dirty water hot dog. What's 39 more? We'll just shove them down my throat just at breakneck speed.
It's a good thing it's like it's a good thing it's a paper cup because you don't want to see like what that water looks like.
Oh my! They have a second. They have a second competition.
There's a reason why it's not a clear cup.
You know why? That's because you know what they do to a loser.
Can drink it all.
You know it, Nathan's. There's a little known fact about Nathan's hot dogs. Send a check, Nathan's hot dogs. I need the sponsorship. Let's go. They make the loser drink the wiener juice.
Wiener juice.
That's what I do. I'd be like, you go around and do shots. You're going to do the wiener special. I'd make it into some kind of like wiener vodka. We had a guy who was making hot dog vodka like around here and selling it, and hot dog water and selling it. And he said it was like distilled from hot dogs, and he made like a lot of money.
Really? Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Who wants dirty wiener water? Like all I can imagine is this guy like taking bottled water, boiling it in a pot with hot dogs, letting it cool, pouring it back in the bottle, and selling it to people with like wieners on the bottle. It's something. It's definitely something.
This is triple distilled with hot dog.
The best kinds of hot dogs. So like what else are you watching for the holiday season?
See the Christmas Story. That's always a favorite as well. Just like you'll shoot
Ralphie?
your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. That's always classic.
Peter Billingsley is like, he's so funny because like now he writes movies and like he's written so many things, but like him as a little kid just starting off as Ralphie in that movie is hysterical because he's so all he wants is that freaking BB gun.
And then you find out he was actually in Elf.
Yes.
One of the elves in Elves, yeah.
Because you can tell because his eyes are so blue, and you're just like, put on some glasses. Is that the little kid from? Yes, it is. Oh my God. Well, I mean, like everything from how it was shot. Now that movie was shot not too far away from where I live, and like Rob's been there, and there's like a museum across the street where they sell like the leg lamps, and you can go tour the house now and everything like that, and it's crazy. Even like the restaurant that was in it that they go to because they F up the turkey and they go get the duck and they chop off its head.
Go to the Chinese restaurant or something like that.
Yes, it was in Toronto.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yeah, but now like the sign's covered, but I have pictures of where it was, and it wasn't a Chinese restaurant. I think they turned it into like a nail shop or something, but it's all covered up now. Now it's like everything, a lot of businesses have kind of shuttered and closed because of like the pandemic and shit like that. But oh my God, it's so funny that everything was filmed very cheaply. Like things were filmed like almost in one take. And that film is so good. And it's so iconic, like as a Christmas movie, everybody our age knows it.
I learned recently that Home Alone's another favorite as well.
Yes.
The Home Alone thing as well. I was watching like 10 facts you might not know about Home Alone or something. I didn't even know that it was actually filmed inside of a school.
What?
Oh shit! Like, so it was saying like obviously you saw the forefront of the house outside.
Yeah, the house
inside is actually they built like rooms and stuff like that in like a high school gymnasium or something like that. Yeah. This is all filmed in like a school.
What? Well, I mean, I believe it because like the set, like the production design must have had like cost $1 bazillion. Yeah, I have no idea what that movie would have cost to make.
Yeah.
Like the outside of the house alone. I saw it up for sale on the internet not too long ago, and it was expensive.
Yeah.
But the set, like even like Kevin coming down the stairs on the toboggan, like imagine how much money they had to like spend on that shot.
Exactly.
How many times did Macaulay Culkin go down the stairs on a sled? Like,
watching stuff like that, like there's like 10, it's on YouTube. It's like 10 things you might not know about, whatever, and that's what the guy does. And one of them was Home Alone. I think he did one on Christmas Story as well.
That's nuts.
Really interesting stuff. But yeah, like a lot. It's crazy to think that a lot of stuff that you watch are actually filmed in schools.
Things are filmed in schools, and like things are filmed inside in people's basements. Like you don't know, like hotel rooms, like things that look like you have no idea where the person is, but like they don't look like sets. Things that are sets, but you don't know where they're filmed. People, you can do so many magical things, especially nowadays. Even for then. Nowadays with cameras that like nobody knows where you're filming. You can make a show like anywhere. You do like a YouTube series every Thursday called Tasty Licks. You're one half of that, the better half, but one half of Tasty Licks. And you guys do like live reviews and you hang out with artists. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So yeah, we do it every Thursday. And the way it was introduced is what we started doing, like beard companies first, and then we kind of started realizing like everybody's doing beard companies, and it's like it's kind of getting to where it gets repetitive, and you're like, man, like we want to do something different, to where it's like obviously you're gonna get viewers because people, they're gonna watch it because they're part of the beard community. So it's like, so we want something different. I want something. I'm like, why we don't need the same guest on? Let's just kind of get. I know this guy that does like artwork. I know this guy that does like music or whatever, and so let's have them on and kind of just branch like that. We both enjoy music. Andy enjoys a different kind of like 80s music. I enjoy like metal and stuff like that, and I just fuse it together. And we kind of knew some people, and his sister's a publicist, and so we kind of just like we all kind of got together and we're just like, let's just do a music thing and roll with it.
Like it dived. Now you guys do it every Thursday.
Yeah, now we do it every Thursday at like 9:00, and
it's live, right?
Yeah,
it's live every Thursday. So like you do
it's
a live
stream.
Sometimes
we'll have like live performances and stuff like that too. That's really cool.
And then like people can obviously come and join you guys like in the chat and stuff too, and just like kind of follow along, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's really
and
fun.
Make sure when you guys
really
are going to people's live streams and YouTube channels that you're like liking their videos and stuff like that. Because like it helps with the algorithms and all that stuff. I don't know too much about algorithms, but I know that it helps when you hit a thumbs up.
That's one thing. That's what I've enjoyed as well, is kind of going and branching that way with the music stuff, and because we've been kind of just blessed to have people that have done just live performances and stuff like that. Really, it's when we only have like 10 viewers or whatever, and it's like people that are like that should have more viewers, should get a live performance, but we actually have been lucky enough to get like live performances, which not everyone's a live performance.
That's rare. Not everybody can just stop and do it on the spot, because a lot of people are really nervous. The time we usually keep at like an hour just for the artist's sake. An hour spot. If they want to go longer, that's fine. We'll kind of disclose that like in backstage or whatever, and be like, if you want to go an hour, we usually keep it at an hour. If you want to go an hour and a half or whatever, we can do that. It's fine, but it's all up to you. We're on your time. We appreciate anybody's time that we get. It's like you're in the driver's seat. Do what you like.
So if we do any of that, we do like a 45-minute interview, and then if they have some music they have to play, we'll do like 15 minutes of like music playing, and then we'll kind of wrap it up at the end with any kind of other questions. And
because like sometimes people just want to break into song. Sometimes they don't, but most of the times they do. Like people are pretty like eager to share their art with you, which is cool.
So and then from there, we'll just, if they put out something, we'll share it, Spotify or whatever. We'll kind of throw it out there, like, hey, you're part of this now. So every time we see your post or whatever, we'll throw it out there for you, share it out for everybody to check out.
That's cool. And that way, like everybody kind of.
Yeah, because it's music that you don't, it's artists that you don't know about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just, a lot of things are just mainstream. So you don't really hear other people.
Things are really mainstream. Yeah, like I listen to artists that I listen to like my friends' bands, or like people that I know because I've heard about them through someone else. Like I don't really listen to mainstream stuff. I don't turn on the radio because I don't like have the radio. I use my cell phone, and like I listen to music through Alexa or Apple, or I put on a record, but I can't put a record on my car because
Yeah, it's a
The
little
helping
kind
put
of
a
hard.
record on in
Kind
the
of hard.
goddamn car.
It's kind of hard.
No, seriously. No, but like, oh my God. I can't. But I mean, I'd love to. I wanted to get into like a bearded community with you because like you started with beards, like you say with your YouTube channel. You started with beards and things like that, but you wanted to still kind of keep it bearded because like your co-host has a beard as well. So it's two bearded gentlemen doing this YouTube channel, but take the
Yeah.
focus off of beards so much and do it on something else. But still the bearded community watches it and the bearded community is interested in it and this stuff. Now, you're still doing, because I see obviously your Instagram and your socials and stuff. So you're still doing bearded reviews and like beard oil and beard care.
Yeah, I still do. I still, share people's stuff, or I'll do some live streams or unbox stuff or whatever. I'm still involved in that because I'm obviously going to have just a beard forever. So I have to,
Yeah.
I've been a part of that more. So and getting into this new stuff. I'm going to be on that as well. It's going to be my focus as well, but being still bearded, that's going to be more focused. I've developed a lot of friendships through that. And
Exactly.
I still got to support the people that I've kind of rocked with
Like
from the
from
start.
the beginning.
So, yeah.
Like when did you
And
start growing your beard?
so I started growing facial hair in general. I've always had like a goatee.
Yeah.
I always had just like this part, maybe like this or whatever. But I never really had a mustache or a shade right. I kind of had like the little things that come across and hit the chin and stuff like that, but nothing really like a beard. When I started growing the beard was 2018. So when I still knew nothing about beard care in general. I'm just like, I'm just gonna grow a beard. And then that was when Candace went to the hospital for like a few months at that time. That was in beginning of 2018. So that's where I first started growing it. And when she saw me, like, she was in a bad relationship. She was in a bad marriage prior years ago. And so her ex had a beard, and she really never liked beard, but he never really took care of it. So it was always sloppy. I think it's kind of like what brought her away from anybody else that she got with or anybody else that she formed a relationship with to have a beard. Turned her off to it because it was sloppy on that dude. So when I started growing
that can do it. That can be kind of like that can be a triggering.
And just like, oh my God, I don't like it. I had a bad experience with this, and I'm like, don't grow a beard. And so when she went in there, I'm like, I'm gonna grow a beard. I got, see how it looks, whatever. And she, every time I went to go visit, obviously get longer, but she would always find it more like she could see it on me, like it looked good on me.
And you took like care of it.
Yeah, and like I said, at that time, I knew nothing about even care yet.
So like, what were you doing to it at that point? Like nothing. Were you going like?
I would just wash it either way.
Commando beard.
I would just wash it with soap or whatever.
They call it commando beard, don't they?
Commando beard.
I've seen the hashtag.
It was commando. Yeah, nothing was going in it yet.
Oh, commando beard. You gotta hashtag it now. You got to do it every like week and do a commando beard. You got nothing in the beard, so you can just let your skin and everything breathe for a little bit.
We actually got to have the main, so it's commando. Commando beard.
Commando beard is like when you go just bareback beard. Bareback mountain.
Bareback beard.
It's gonna happen. So you started growing it in 2018, and then like when did you get involved with like the beard community, or what kind of like made you want to get involved with that?
So when I started kind of going on videos before I got on Instagram, and I was going through videos, got on YouTube and found like kind of more popular videos out there with beard care, and ordered some stuff, found companies through that. And then I think I just started on Instagram. I think they probably said something in the video regarding Instagram, finding me on whatever. So I think I downloaded it and learning how to do all the Instagram stuff, because anytime I download something, I have to learn how to do it. And that was like
the fun to learn the whole program.
Exactly. Learn how to do this, learn how to do that, posting stuff, whatever, and following people. And that's how it kind of went from there. That was the start of it.
When you like formed a lot of, like you say, like you formed a lot of friendships on the bearded community. I find like the bearded community, as like in a lot of like communities, like even the metal community, there are a few like gatekeepers, I would say, but largely like the beard community is really inclusive. even for me, like as a woman, I don't have a beard at all. I have a love for them. But like I say, like you and I met on like playing beard oil roulette that I play with like my husband who is bearded. But obviously I am not a bearded man. But in the bearded community, I've been like welcomed really warmly and being treated really nicely.
Yeah.
I can say like the bearded community is super like, do you find that they're pretty inclusive?
Yeah. And like I said, they're inclusive. They're welcoming. It's just almost like you're just in a brotherhood. That's just how it is.
It's a very supportive, it's a very supportive community.
So some of the relationships that you build, you're like, you wouldn't even, it's finding, if you even talk to people, you're like, you don't think that you would meet somebody. I mean, obviously you've never met anybody through the beard community. I've met a few people during meetups.
Yeah, sure. You've done some bearded
locally
meetups
through here. But people that live across, on the far West Coast, that you hopefully are either you really want to meet, or hell, you might not even meet at all. But you just form just a relationship with them through a beard, and just find out you might have stuff in common with them that you're into, and metal music or whatever.
Like someone and a lot of I find that a lot of bearded gentlemen in the bearded community are fucking metalheads, like big time. Sure. They're like, oh, I love metal. I'm like, oh my God, we have so much to talk about. Beards and metal. Let's talk. What do you want to talk about? We can talk forever. These are the things that I could talk about forever. Beards, metal, the new Paul Bernardo documentary that I just watched on Netflix. Oh my God. Do you guys have that in America? Like, I know you have Netflix, but do you have Netflix, this? There's a new documentary on it, and it just came out. It's trending right now. It's called The Ken and Barbie Killers.
Okay. I've heard of that.
It is, okay, it's the worst killing that ever happened in Canada. And it literally happened in St. Catharines, which is like 2 hours away from me. And it started with this guy called the Scarborough Rapist. And these people were like in their 20s, and they murdered and tortured, and it's horrible, these 3 teenage, like young girls. And it's on Netflix right now. And so that is something that I have been, if you can watch it, like,
what's it called?
It's called Ken and Barbie Killers.
Okay.
And it's about Paul Bernardo and Karla Homolka. If you Google it, because a lot of people in America really don't know about it, because it was like one of Canada's most heinous fucking crimes ever. Like, and one of the crimes happened on Christmas. These 2 people ended up killing this one girl's sister. And that's what kind of started them being kind of like Ken and Barbie killers, like keeping girls in their house, and like they took them out of broad daylight. I remember being a little girl and being scared as shit, like in the 90s, of this story. My mom being like, don't walk anywhere by yourself. These girls were snatched off the street, like just in the middle of the broad daylight.
Wow.
It's a horrendous story, but I mean, it's definitely something that I would watch. Like,
check it out. Candace might know something, because she watches all those murder stuff, which I do too.
True crime.
Yeah, she watched like the ID channel, like her shit like that. You must have investigation discovery is what it's called.
Yes, and we have it too.
Yeah,
like we have Discovery Channel, but like we have all the docuseries.
I have Discovery Plus.
It's on Discovery Plus too. It's called Ken and Barbie Killers. It's on Discovery Plus.
Okay, I'll check it out.
You can find it right now. Like, honestly, it's amazing. So, I mean, now that you are doing like beard care, now that we're not talking about serial killers and stuff, putting things in your beard. I've seen some like serial killer themed beard oil. I've seen some serious
serial killer. Yeah, they call it serial killer.
Yeah, I've seen
just different like a cereal.
It smells like cereal, and it's got a serial killer. Like, what are you rocking in your beard like the most? What are your, like, I guess your top like 2 companies like right now, like 2021? What were your top 2 companies?
Funny is actually what I'm wearing right now. It actually is Santa themed. That's
what's that?
It's called Jolly Old Fat Man.
Okay, so I know Jolly Old Fat Man Beard Company. Yeah, so what's that? What's the scent profile on that?
This one is actually, I think it's called Claus's Kitchen. So it's like cookies, like sugar cookies.
That's not horrible.
No, it's really good.
That's great. Good. So that's like a nice
right now. I have a lot of his stuff. Yeah, I have a lot of his stuff.
And then, his bases are nice, like they're nice and creamy, or
yeah, really good. Well, he started out with I found him on Instagram. I didn't even know he was a beard product maker, period, when he first came out, because it just said JOFM. So I'm like, okay. What's this guy? And then I started seeing his posts regarding, all he did was sell beard balms. That's all he sold.
Okay.
And then he got more into oils. And so, people were on demand, like, hey, do you do the oil? Do you do oils? Do you do oils?
Like, could you put this in an oil? I'd like the
thing.
bomb.
So he started developing like a recipe on that one. And it's really, really good stuff.
That's cool. I like how it's all Santa Claus.
He's out of Georgia as well. So
I love Georgia, and I love how it's all Santa Claus like themed, because I love Santa Claus. Who's the jolly old fat man with the best beard? Like, who's the best bearded person that you know? Like, obviously it's Santa Claus.
Exactly.
And like,
and that's what he does too. That's what he's done. He hasn't done it through COVID, but that's what he does. He actually does. He decks his house out in
really?
And lights and inflatables and all that stuff. And he goes to the nine on that. And every year when I met him, I found out that he bleaches his beard every year and he does the whole Santa get up. And he actually does. Hasn't done it through the COVID season. He took a couple years off.
I understand that. I understand that.
Which it broke his heart because that's what he does.
Because I bet you he really enjoyed doing it. He seems like such a nice guy. Yeah. Like, really.
Him and his wife do the whole get up. He does the Santa actually, Miss Claus and stuff like that. And so they just kind of bring kids and families out there to walk through the yard or whatever and take pictures, because a lot of people can't afford pictures with Santa at the mall or whatever. And so he takes donations, and donations go to a charity that he picks for like animals.
Wasn't that killer?
Or whatever. Yeah.
Like, I mean, a lot of these small batch beard oil companies a lot of them kind of give back to charity. I find that's what I find. Like, this year, my best like 2 beard oil companies, like, they will probably not surprise you. One would definitely be Woolly Wizard, because like, oh my God, this year was like the year of like roulette. I won so many between Rob and myself. One is so rigged. We won so many rigged oils that, like, insane. This latest one that we won, like that Christmassy oil, like I call it like Christmas crack or something. It was like the scent profile was like oranges and spice or something. No, oranges and chilies, oranges and hot chilies, because you can feel how hot it is in your hands. Oranges and hot chilies, peach mango salsa, tobacco, and the hell else is in there? Oh, there's something.
He's got like crazy sense, because I haven't smelled anything with like the mango salsa thing.
Oh my!
Which I was saying, like it sounds when he first released like the scent of that, like they added it to the wheel, and I'm like, what?
Oh, it's unbelievable. He put some kind of like spice into it too, or like cinnamon or something, or chilies. Chili. It's like out of the park, and Rob's obsessed with it. And then also, because it was like the 1-year anniversary, we won the beard butter with it too. It is unbelievable. It smells like Christmas. It smells like almost like one of those simmering pots that you put on the stove with the orange peels and the cloves in it, and like I love the Woolly Wizard this year. Like, I've loved his new like scents are amazing. I haven't smelled like Book of Shadows yet, but I've smelled like Bard's Tale. I have everything probably from like in this house from the Woolly Wizard, and I've enjoyed this year Iowa Beard Company. I've enjoyed Justin's stuff a lot.
Yes, he's probably the more stuff I have from him. I actually won an auction they did for charity. I think it was like $150 or something like that. $130 I spent on it. But this was, I think, last December. This was last year. This was in December last year. So the auction was, you get every scent that I release in 2021.
Oh my God.
So, and he's released a lot of scents.
Like Justin and Tyler, like for at least my top 2 beer companies, they've both been on fire this year for like releasing scents. Like boom, boom, boom. They just come out like I was been crazy. Like the Halloween scents that I got alone this year were out of control.
Yeah, they're amazing. Yay.
There you are.
Hey.
Hello. No worries. You just turn it off. You turn it off, turn it on.
Yeah, that's it.
Rob McCallum, I will say, that is a fucking audio visual goddamn electronic genius. Remember that movie, The Wizard? He's like that kid, except he talks. And the only reason, of course, I love that movie is because Jenny Lewis is in it.
Yeah.
Jenny Lewis is in it. I mean, California, all the things that I love a lot. So yes. Oh, where'd you go?
The Wizard. Don't tell me I'm gone again.
You disappeared. Oh, wait, you're back. You're fine. No, you're fine.
There's the movie The Wizard with the kid playing
Yes,
video
the
game.
movie.
Remember? Fred Savage is in it.
Yes, Fred Savage and the Wizard, Jenny Lewis. It's like I don't think Fred Savage even has a beard now.
Bridges or one of the Bridges brothers is in there. Bridges.
Yeah, there is a Bridges. Oh, what Bridges brother is it? I think it's Jeff Bridges or Bo Bridges or
Bo Bridges. It's Bo Bridges.
Yes, he is. But like, I remember like Jenny Lewis. Well, I remember Jenny Lewis being in it and being like her age and like her playing like supposed to be playing like younger, and she clearly already like wasn't younger. She already was like developed, and like Fred Savage like looked like he was 10. And like he wanted to like be her boyfriend and stuff. And like he put his arm around her and she looked like totally like a grown woman, like compared to him. Like Fred Savage now doesn't have a beard. So like I think Fred Savage just needs to like start rubbing beard oil on his face to stimulate hair growth. Is there anything you can rub on your face to stimulate hair growth? Is there like a vitamin you can take?
I think really it's more just like your diet, your exercise kind of thing, and all that good stuff.
I hear a lot of men and or folks who identify as men who are growing facial hair, because I have a lot of friends right now that are going through like that are trans and that are going through hormone replacement therapy, and they're growing beards and they've never grown one before, and they're like, Tanya, you love beards, like what the fuck, how the fuck do I grow a beard? I'm like, well, I know that it has to do with the healthy diet and like certain vitamins stimulate hair growth. Like retinol is really good for you, like growing hair. Yeah. Like it's a good hair stimulant. They're like, what can I put on my stubble to make a beard? Or like recently, for instance, there was a gentleman in the bearded community who lost his beard in a fire. I'm not going to name any names.
He knows who he is.
Guess what's going in my beard? It's probably the fireside scent from Woolly Wizard. The burning brush. I'm really glad that no one actually got hurt. But when you're trying to grow your beard back or you're trying to grow from scratch, imagine one day like you just lost your beard. Where do you go from there? And this gentleman had to go through it.
I've come close to having those kind of accidents before, especially with the grill, even trying to get the fire started or whatever, and there'd be like kickback from the flame, and I'm like
propane kickback.
Yeah, this is just like regular charcoal grill, and some of the kickback just came back, and I think it got like a little bit like on the side. This was a while ago, but I'm like, oh my god, it could have been way worse.
So like with this, or it could be way worse. Like it could be a ball of matted beard hair. But so at that time, so what do you do? Just trim it to just keep it healthy.
Get rid of get rid of all those burnt ends and.
Keeping your beard in health, like in keeping your beard healthy, what are you doing to keep it healthy? Are you like trimming it regularly? What are you doing? What's your routine?
I'll trim it probably every like 3 months. I'll do like a regimen or something like that, a light trim on the bottom, kind of get rid of the split end kind of things, and that's kind of just builds everything back down just to bring it to be a full, because you can kind of see transparency on the bottom when you groom it. You can see transparency, so really that's what you kind of want to get to have that. Good lord.
Okay.
You get my dogs.
You got devil dogs. Like someone's at the door. I had dogs all growing up too. Anytime anyone came through the door, it'd be like a stampede of Labrador retrievers. It sounded like if I was downstairs, it would sound like elephants flying across the floor. But no, it was just dogs. Your dog sounds a little bit smaller than mine were.
Yeah. This one is just looking at me like barking. I want attention.
What kind of dog is it?
I don't know the actual breed.
Like a mutt?
It's I say that because Candace and her mom, I guess in her mom's neighborhood, they saw somebody pretty much just let this dog out of their car and let it loose and ran off, and they kind of just drove off. And so
that's not nice.
Yeah, so they kind of picked it up and just never found an owner for it, whether it didn't have a tag or nothing like that. So we kind of just
looks like you found a forever home.
We took her to their home. He's a little short, shaggy. They got little short, stubby legs, and he's a little shaggy dog, but he's quite the character.
He sounds like does he like to dig?
Yeah.
He's a terrier of some sort.
Yeah, he's probably got some terrier. Yeah, he's got
Oh
some
yeah,
terrier.
like
I'll have to show you a picture of him.
my first dog was a Karen Terrier, so like Toto off the Wizard of Oz. So that dog used to like dig everything, holes under the fence, holes to wherever he wanted to go, holes just in the backyard to bury things. Then he'd do like burnouts around our backyard, and there was like dog shaped like a road, like a track, like a racetrack, but it was like a dog racetrack, and it was all paws. And his name was Toto. The dog wouldn't come in from the rain. He was super spirited. But then other than that, like my whole life, I've had real big dogs, like real big ones, like labs and larger, I would say.
Right. Yeah, we have four small dogs and one big dog. The big dog is like a lab kind of lab mix, I think, or a golden retriever mix. She's like got a golden like toasty color on her coat.
Nice.
So yeah, she's a bigger dog.
They're just I'm never afraid that this is horrible, but I'm never afraid that I'm going to step on them, which is great. That's why, like, even though I'm not a big lady, I'm never going to afraid that I'm going to step on a lab because they're way bigger than me. They they stand up, they can dance with you. I know I just said that. They can dance with you. Totally guilty of like dog dancing. Like when my dogs were still alive, because they passed away, like they were old. Like my eldest like dog passed away when he was 13, and for a lab that's like a million years old. But until he was like 12, he would be like up like dancing with me, like Christmas stuff, Christmas music, any kind of music that would come on. And then my other dog, he passed away. He got cancer, so he passed away when he was like 8. But he would do the same thing. He was in great health. He loved to dance and hug. And I see like a lot of people in like, especially like the bearded community with like dogs and dogs that love to dance and dogs that love to hug. And it warms my heart. Dogs and beards. Like it probably doesn't get any better than that. And
yeah, aside from I know we were talking about the maintenance of it, but if I see transparency when I do there's some shirts that you can actually see the transparency a lot. So really kind of different shirts that you wear, you'll see that, and you kind of just have to shape it to how you want to kind of get rid of that. And it pretty much just grows back down fuller, and then as it grows, you see more transparency. You just kind of, because some hairs grow longer than another or whatever. That's what develops that transparency. So so kind of just the more you kind of just shave that off, the fuller it'll be.
It will, because it'll grow kind of in, right?
Yeah.
Now, in order to get this stuff out, are you gonna use like a beard like wash?
Yeah, a few times.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
And then the shower literally just looks like a glitter bomb went off in it. So it's
gonna look like someone's been to like. Do you guys have you have Lush, right? You have Lush in America? Lush is it's like a Bath and Body Works place, but all their shit has like glitter and fucking confetti in it. So like when you put it in the bath, it's like a goddamn bomb went off, but glitter everywhere. It's the worst to clean when you have to scrub the tub.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You gotta like bleach it out 18 times.
But it's like I said, the other times I've done it, I've actually done beard contests, like the Christmas contests or whatever from beard companies. And literally like when companies do the contest, like, oh, glitter, do your Christmas beard and whatever, some won't go out and do a glitter beard because of that hassle. And they know it's such a pain in the ass to get out.
What the aftermath is going to be.
I don't blame it at all, but I think I just enjoy like the wow factor of it. And like the attention, obviously, it brings.
It's fun.
It's just fun. It's just that pain in the ass, which it makes it worth it at the end. Because
it looks great. It looks like Wolfman Jack, and then like Christmas, like it's got the stripes with the white, and it's like tinsel all over your face and eyebrows.
You can't just like make sure you do your eyebrows.
I was like, I love it. It's like how like women always like pay attention to the like last detail. They're like, get your eyebrows and mustache. Don't forget your sideburns. You know what I mean? I would do the same thing to my significant other. I'd be like, don't forget, and like, put some lights on that hat. Like seriously, I'm like, I'm wearing something. I had to put a cardigan over what I was wearing because it was like I had a clueless moment. And I came downstairs to do this, and I looked at Rob, and he took one look at me, and he goes, "Are you going to put something over that?" And I was like, "Duh, I totally was." And I put a cardigan over it because underneath it's not really a cardigan. I'll probably post it on Instagram when I publish this. It's horrible. It's horrible. It looks like it looks like one of Santa's hose is in the house. It's horrible. But no, seriously. So what's your Christmas plan? Do you have to work? But you say like you close Christmas Day.
I think I will be off that day. That's one of the good things that I do enjoy about where I'm at right now is where they actually do have Christmas off. Even if I have to work any other holiday like Thanksgiving or whatever, we're usually off at like a good time to go still have dinner.
So you can have supper and shit, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I think with Christmas, I think that's the one holiday they are closed on.
That's cool. Like they should be closed on Christmas. Like I know that sometimes there's people that don't have anywhere to go to Christmas, so they might, maybe they would go to the country club. But like, what about the folks that work there? Like, don't you want to be home with your family too?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing I like about it because of them being that's the only thing that's the only holiday I can get off and have it off.
That's all right. I know because it's a busy industry.
I'm totally fine with it. And if that's one holiday I can spend with family.
So now you being the chef, does the cooking fall on you for the holiday cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much essentially.
So what do you got?
Even when I'm not at work, I'm working. You know what I'm saying?
What's on the docket? What's on the docket for Christmas? What you got? What you got?
Actually, there's gonna be a turkey. I think my mom was gonna be taking care of the turkey, which is cool because I've done turkey every other year. So she's like, "I'll make the turkey." She's like really adamant. I want to make the turkey. I want to make the biscuits.
One less thing I have to do.
I'm like,
fine.
You go ahead and you do that. Oh my god.
It's okay. You'll come back. You're a symbol. There you go. You're fine.
All right.
So your mom's going to take care of the turkey this year. So that's one less thing that you have to do.
Yep. And then Candace's dad's going to do the ham, hopefully. So really kind of like, I might do like desserts. I might do the dessert thing.
That's all right.
Because all the bigger things are being taken care of, which is good because I've done that every other year. So it's just like, I know
like the big things are hard to do. Like, even though we don't when I say we, I mean me, I don't eat meat, but everybody like the kids do. And obviously Rob does. So I still will make a turkey and make a ham, even though it's only like the four of us. And like they still eat it. And then they have tons of leftovers. And I make some kind of like tofurkey, or I'll make like an extra vegetable or something with mushrooms that like seems like turkey for my plant-based ass. But like it's a lot of work because like you have to make I do stuffing, we do green bean casserole, and then like I do like a sweet potato like pie sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because Rob really likes that because Rob lived in the States for like 10 years. He was in Vegas and he was in Texas. So those were like he lived in Nevada for years and he was in Texas for like I think 5 years.
Oh wow.
So he's used to some different sides that I make. I make like pierogies for Christmas.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably stick to the dessert aspect of it.
That's all right. I'm doing
still really good.
Chocolate, like a chocolate eggnog cheesecake.
Ooh.
I'm gonna see what it's like. It's gonna be really something. It's gonna be something.
Interesting.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be good. Actually, it's the chocolate's really like in the background. I'm just adding a little bit of cocoa. We'll see what happens. And I've got like a sauce to pour over it too. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm excited, but I'm doing like the regular stuff like turkey and ham and like mashed potatoes and stuffing, green beans, gravy, like all the things. I can have like everything except like the meat. So it's easy for me.
Yeah.
It's literally not like tough being vegan. It's tough because I have to like pass on this glistening ham and this glistening turkey. But if I want to barf later, I'll pay for it. So when you get to a certain age, your stomach changes. And now when I eat meat, my stomach does a somersault. So it's not fun. So it's down the vegan path for me forever. Well, or until this, whatever happens. But it seems to be sitting well. Right. Mushrooms are my, like, not weird mushrooms, but mushrooms are my best friend.
Both are your best friends, but or can be,
right? Whoa, mushrooms.
Done,
No, I don't. I'm not into that kind of like those are. Yeah. Those like scare the shit out of me. Like I know one thing. They're a neurotoxin. Yeah. So if the way that you want to get effed up is to get poisoned, you can go for it, but you'll probably fall into a fucking hole in a graveyard. Like it'll probably happen to you. Like that's That's what I'm saying. So what else are you going to be doing now that you're going to have Christmas off? Are you going to be watching some Christmas movies?
Yeah, we'll do the family get together thing and Christmas movie it up, and yeah, really just enjoying the family time is kind of what I like and what I missed about not having like those kind of days off. Because any other time I've worked in a restaurant business, it's just 6-7 days a week, and you're working holidays, you're working till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and so you don't get like that time. So now
and you're
like,
always serving someone else, not like yourself or your family, right?
Yeah.
And being with your family at the holidays is kind of what it's all about. As far as I'm concerned, getting together with people that you consider family, even if whether they're blood related or not, people that you love and love you back, right?
Exactly. Good company is all, face it, family or not, it's all about your company, and that's what's more important.
Exactly. If you got good food, that doesn't hurt anything at all. So are you going to rock like a Santa suit or anything fun for Christmas?
I might do this. Yeah, I might actually, now that I kind of just fashion this out, I actually might rock this out for Christmas.
You should do the whole beard white for Christmas and do the Santa suit. Oh my God, an entire glistening Santa beard.
Just do it all silver or do whatever.
Yeah, do all either silver or gold. Holy Jesus.
I got gold. I got gold too. I got gold in the because I've done the gold glitter too before on the beard.
It could be a 24 karat Christmas for you. Like it could be 24 karat magic. Could you imagine showing up with gold glitter?
What's funny is like I got the gold glitter because me and another guy, a friend of mine, bearded brother. His name is Joe, Bearded Life.
Yes.
We did a scent drop. It was called Gold Rush, and so I did this whole I got balloons. I had did the whole beard gold. I wore these glasses right here.
They're gold member. Oh yes, yes, I do know this.
So
I do know
wore
this beard drop.
And so what was funny is as I was doing the live stream, Candace comes walking by. She's whatever, getting something to drink or something like that. And I think that she knew that because I had my headphones in. I don't think she knew that other people, they could hear her.
Oh Jesus.
So she goes, oh, look at my little Goldilocks.
Oh, you know what? That's a great soundbite though. Like that's.
I'm just like my little Goldilocks. Just gave her a look. I'm like.
Thanks, babe.
I'm like, now that everybody knows.
Now that you know that everybody knows that your lady calls you Goldilocks.
I go, yeah, they heard me. Yeah, they heard you. So I think I'll still get, sometimes to this day, people will still call me Goldilocks.
Well, it's her. I was like, don't call me my wife's pet names. Like seriously. I think I called you like Jingle Beard, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to objectify you like that. But like it looks great. So do you have any like bearded like advice for anyone who wants to like start in the bearded community or start kind of growing a beard, do anything like that? What's your advice if you want to kind of start?
Sorry.
Where do you start if you want to start in the bearded community? Where would you start?
YouTube, really.
Yeah.
Really, that's like, so that's how I found my start was if you're interested in how to take care of it, YouTube is generally where you kind of look for it, or Google. More mainly YouTube.
Okay. What are your favorite channels?
Man. When I first got on was Dancy Bearded. That was who I watched.
He seems to have a lot of followers and like a lot of like instructional things.
That's where I first got my I think I was trying to find like a beard wash, and I found a company through him, and I ordered a wash through him through his channel. So yeah, Dancy Bearded is definitely one of them. Absolutely, that's just like the pillar of the community itself. See a few other ones.
I know obviously you like Woolly Wizard's channel because you never miss around a roulette.
Definitely don't do that. I definitely always have to either stop in or even show the page love.
Yeah, you pop in, give it a like, or exactly.
Even if I can't participate in there, I'll go in there, like it, whatever. Say, hey, what's up? Just popping in.
Yeah, you always pop in. Like I don't pop in as much as I used to be able to because working nights is crazy. But like, you know this. As much as I can pop in there. Every time I pop in though, somehow I win. I don't know how that happens.
You could just be like, yeah.
Luck.
I've done that. I've done that before as well. With I'm known in the community as well as winning everything.
Oh,
so
God.
if I'm in there and there's like a giveaway, oh my God, James
You
is
get
here.
it.
Like, yeah, James is here or whatever.
I just
But
fucking
sometimes
take all
I've
this
gotten
from
to
you.
the point to where though, if I do win something, I will pass it on because.
Well, yeah, if I've just won and if you win something like in a row,
Sure.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. If you just won something and you win like 2 things in a row, I'm totally with like, yeah, let's pass the buck, give it to the next person. Either let the next person spin to win it or give it to somebody. But I don't want to like give it to somebody because I don't want to like play favorites. I'm just like spin again. Let somebody else win.
What I usually say is I say, hey, is there anybody here that doesn't have a lot? That is new to the community, doesn't have a lot. They have
never won anything
whatever.
before.
Yeah, if they've never won anything, they don't have a lot of stuff. They don't whatever. Then they'll be like, okay, me, whatever, and I'll just kind of pick through them. Like, hey, okay, you get them.
Sometimes it's like a first timer, like, that's on the board and they've never played before.
That first time you ever win something, and like I know how that felt. It was to kind of be like announced and like, oh, so and so, congratulations, and you're like, yeah, it's like good feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't feel horrible.
Yeah, people like start to know who you are within.
I know.
Like,
I won some hot sauce the other day, and I'm like, oh. It's going to my American address, but I won some hot sauce and it's some like hot habanero and like ghost reaper pepper. I feel like my mouth is going to get assaulted, but I'm kind of excited.
It was actually really cool. And those giveaways, like the Canadian, the ones I won on the Canadian side, were really nice, and they're actually sending me their stuff.
And nice. I know. Same with the ones on the American side, well, they're sending it to my American address, and then
nice.
Office is just like forwarding it to me like there. So that's nice. Like so easy. I'm like, I have an address in America. I totally forgot. Like, God damn it. This is great. And so I'm looking forward to burning my fucking face off because you have done some reviews of some like hot stuff and some hot chips and some hot sauces.
I'll post like the hot sauces or whatever from companies that I tried. Every time I try them, I'll post them up there. But that time I try them, and really good. Really impressed by. I'm really because I think I just got into more on the hot sauce because I have enough beard oil shit. So
you have a beard oil shelf that's crazy.
It's insane. And then I've just gotten into more into hot sauces. So
where are you doing like if people want to find you, like where are you doing most of your like reviews these days? Are they going to find you? What platform are they're going to find you at?
I use a lot of Instagram. So Instagram you can go bearded_metal_chef, and then or you can just search bearded metal chef and it will come up.
And this will be up in the show details too, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what, and then same as with like YouTube. I haven't posted a lot on YouTube lately, and more just on the Instagram stuff.
Sure.
But mainly you can find me a lot on Instagram is the main platform. TikTok, I've tried to, with trying to figure out Instagram. I don't feel like right now learning it.
TikTok's fast. TikTok's really fast. I'm going to warn you. I love TikTok. I'm not going to lie. I love TikTok. I love my following on TikTok. They're amazing people. It's an amazing group of people, but God damn, it's fast and it gives me anxiety. And like I say, my DMs are fucking broken. So I can't even like write anyone back. I'm like, I'm not a bitch. So I have to like get through. I have to like write them through the comment section. I mean, I'm not a bitch. Like, I'm like, I will write you back. It's just like, I'm like, how do I write you back? Oh God. Now I got to make a video to tell everyone that this fucking shit is broken. Awesome.
It's like, they're like, can you see when people have read your stuff? Like, does it show you like, oh, read or something like that? Or
no, I can just see all the messages and that they keep coming in and that they're new. And I can see what they're trying to say, but I can't open any of them.
Oh, yeah.
None of them. One let me open it and then I could like wave to the person, but I couldn't like write to them. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like, they probably think about
like, she never picks up. She's so active, but she never picks up. She never answers.
Like, this bitch, but at least, you know what? I can go to the comment section. If there's like one day where there was like 239 comments, I'm like, I got to get back to each and every one of these comments because I feel like a dick because they probably like DM'd me and I didn't get back to any of the DMs.
At least you can get to the comments and be like, you kind of rectify the situation, you know? I swear to God, it's not you. It's not
I'm like, it's not you. Seriously, it's me.
It's just on my
I'm
side.
the one. It's so fucking embarrassing.
I want to
It's
talk
so
to
bad.
all of you. I swear.
Well, everybody knows where they can find my crazy, uninteresting ass. You can find me on Instagram too. That's usually my main platform. I'm at 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me there. You can find me on Twitter, causing fucking trouble at Tanya Candler. You can always find me on Twitter there. You can find me on TikTok at 21st Century Rocker Mom. And you can find me there at the real Tanya Candler too. I'm ticking and talking, and all the kids want to talk. I don't really do the Facebook thing, so don't try to find me there. But otherwise, you'll find me here anywhere you can find podcasts. You can find me on YouTube, also doing ridiculous shit. You'll see this episode on YouTube because, of course, this is a face-to-facey one. So you'll see it in all its glory and Technicolor, because that's what they say about Christmas things. In glorious Technicolor.
And glitters everywhere, so I do like a little beer shake. There's
and like you got like glitter in your fur now.
You hear like the jingle, like
I hear the bells.
Yeah, I got the jingles in there.
And see what happened? An angel just got its wings when you shook your beard. Every time you shake your beard, an angel gets its wings.
I have to get them and put them in with little jingle bells.
And that's going to be so festive, like for your holiday.
Yeah,
you're going to be just like that eggnog guy in a bathrobe, eggnog, jingle beard.
The whole get up here. I'll do like the whole little. You see the whole get up.
Look at your sweater. Yeah, you got to show it off. You got red going on.
Merry Christmas, Rudolph, red nose shirt.
Exactly. Well, Merry Christmas to you, and thank you for being on the show and spending some time with me today.
Too, yeah, it's been amazing. Like seriously, I really truly honored to kind of get on here and talk with you. If I could tell my younger self, like you're gonna talk to one of like a band member that you listen to, like at this age, I probably would.
The younger self would be like, "You're a liar."
Yeah, it's the grow beard, and you'll find people.
I'll tell you one thing: your younger self is always a liar, because like when you find out and like get to be your older self, you're like a cooler version of your younger self, a less doubtful, more confident version of your younger self, right? Aren't we all?
Right.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
And thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.